ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NoHo Rag. I'm your host, Alec. Here's what's going on in our world. We've got a local artist attempting something no one's ever done, and a sneak peek at one of this summer's most anticipated films. But first, let's check in with something that's near and dear to the Rag's heart. Craft brewing. At the end of last month, it was announced that beer conglomerate Anheuser-Busch would be purchasing Seattle's Elysian Brewing Company, which seems rather strange to us considering one of their taglines is, "Corporate beer still sucks." So of course, we wanted to see exactly why Elysian was selling out the way it was, because this goes completely against the craft beer ethos. And so in order to help us with that, we have here in the studio one Austin Porter from Elysian Brewing Company. Well, now, thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Porter.
Well, thanks for having us, Mr. Rydell. I just love getting the word out about craft beer.
Oh, absolutely. Any friend of craft brewing is a friend of the Rags.
That's fantastic to hear.
Now, I am very intrigued, though, that Elysian Brewing did decide to go through with this merger with Ab and Bev.
Oh, sure, we feel like with Anheuser-Busch's massive megaphone, we can get the word out across the world about Elysian beer.
Really? So you don't feel like there's some sort of a conflict of interest going on here?
We feel like as any corporation, you can have an evolved mindset. Things change.
Oh, so you don't feel bad at all about selling out as much as you are?
No, Alec, we're a business. We want people to drink our product, and with Anheuser-Busch, more people will be able to drink our product.
Really, Mr. Santel? Really?
How did you know?
From the speedster outside that just said Santel on the license plate, I think it's, pretty obvious, really.
Well, I'll have you know one thing. Elysian was only the first to fall. The craft brewing world will be crushed under Thomas Santel's feet. Nobody gives a shit about what goes in their mouth in this country, and we're gonna make it cheaper, we're gonna make it shittier, and they're just gonna keep buying it, just as long as there's a cute animal drinking from a fucking stream on the label.
I think you're seriously underestimating craft beer enthusiasts. They care about quality ingredients, experimentation, just pushing the envelope.
No, I think you're wrong, Rydell. And I have the lawyers to back me up.
Oh, the crafties are just going to eviscerate your company. They're going to tear it down brick by brick, and I can't wait to watch.
Well, I'm going to eviscerate you, Alec Rydell. You haven't seen the last of Thomas Santel!
Let the games begin. Speaking of corporate takedowns, there's been some shocking developments in Washington this week, as, rather than what people believed would happen, the FCC has listened to the millions of complaints and emails and letters that have been sent in, and decided to declare the internet as a utility, rather than handing it over to big cable. So, democracy works. In other perplexing news, local artist Patrick Shaughnessy has announced that he's going to attempt to do a reading of the full text of James Joyce's Finnegan's Wake in and around NoHo. Let's see how that goes. This is Finnegan's Wake, Book 1, Chapter 1. River run past Eve and Adams from swerve of shore to bend of bay, brings us by a commodious vicus of recirculation back to Howth Castle and environs. Sir Tristram, via Lord d'Amores, frover the short sea, had passing corps re-arrived from North Armorica, on this side the scraggy isthmus of Europe Minor, to wield or fight his peninsula war. Nor had top Sawyers rocks by the stream of Coney exaggerated themselves to Lawrence County's Gorgios, while they went doubling their mumper all the time. Nor a voice from afire beloused Mish to Tough thwart Petrick. Not yet, though very soon after, had a kidscad butt-ended of bland old Isaac. Not yet, the walls fair in Venesey were Sosie Sesters, worth with Twone Nathan. Always good to see an artist suffering for their work. Now, in darker news, the Vatican this week announced that they had indeed found child pornography within its walls, which is kind of like saying that, yeah, we found books in a library. And speaking of books, Harper Lee this week announced that she would finally be releasing a sequel to her hit novel To Kill a Mockingbird, this time entitled Go Set A Watchman. We're kind of confused as to what that means, and I'm sure Hollywood is just as confused, but that's not stopping them from moving forward with a film adaptation to be released simultaneously with the book. and we here at the NoHo Rag have exclusive sneak peek at the teaser trailer. Let's take a look.
Coming this summer, the film adaptation of the as-yet-to-be-released second novel from acclaimed writer Harper Lee.
I always knew my daddy was a brave man.
Remember, Scout, all men deserve a chance before the law. I promise to do everything in my power to ensure justice prevails. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, Mr. Rogan, even regarding marijuana possession.
You're about to fuck me in the ass! Do you understand that?
There is not a man, woman, or child in this courtroom who has never told a lie, who has never done an immoral act. There is not one person alive who has not gazed upon a stash of weed in desire.
Order! Now you have order here!
Seth Rogen was a gentle soul, just as simple as any fool.
What the hell are you doing? No! Are you freaking kidding me? Raiding my stash spot?
There may not have been too much going on in his head, but I think he preferred it that way.
In the courts, when it's the lawman's word versus the stoned man, the lawman always wins. That's ugly, but those are the facts of life.
Go, Set A Watchman.
Well, if you wanted to see an 87-year-old lady piss on her 50-year legacy, it's coming soon to a theater near you. And that's it for our show tonight, folks. As always, I'm Alec and this has been the NoHo Rag.